Hello, Mark.
Great to have you on the Food and Drink Show.
Thank you. Well, it's the first.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, we're
Lovely.
normally used to having you on the business show and the jewellery show, and now you're on the food show. So you've only got the pet show, the farming show, the travel show, and a few others, property show, and then you've done the full brace. Great to have you here. The reason I wanted to talk to you was that you're currently in the throes of a project at the moment, which I think is really, really brilliant, really exciting, and actually a lot of people have started to do. And you've taken the phenomenon of Come Dine With Me, and you've done it yourself. Just talk us through how, why, what, for, and where.
I belong to a meetup group, and there are meetups all over the country doing all sorts of different things. And one of the members of the meetup group that I go, Wine and Books it is, said, why don't we have a spin-off out of this, do a Come Dine With Me thing? And we, 4 of us, 8 of us, 16 of us said, oh, Rick, what a great idea. So that's what it was Chris Wade has got to have the name check because he's the guy who sorted it out to begin with. There was a pre-meeting and a spreadsheet and 4 teams of 4.
Spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Like a fixtures list.
Exactly, a fixture list. Every couple of weeks there's going to be a meal. Team A hosts Team B, and Team A cooks for Team B, and then Team B cooks for Team C, and so on. And we go on rolling around and rolling around. All of this is fantastic. It is a little competitive.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Just a tad on the competitive side. So there are pre-meetings of each team, setting out the menu for the night. The first one we had actually was at my house, and Chris walked through the door and said, well, this is the kind of house that lends itself to a country menu. I said, okay, fine, that's fine. His idea was, because he knows a lot about Spain, that he would do a starter course of tapas.
Nice.
Very nice, different flavours, different things, different that. And we also agreed that it would be great to do something that was also seasonal. I'm a great fan of Seville oranges, the bitter ones that you use to make marmalade, as an accompaniment to duck with orange. Absolutely stunning. So that was going to be our main course. Francesca was the third person involved on our evening, because we were a team of 3 against teams of 4. We had to show our colours. Francesca's Italian, and her stepfather was a pastry cook.
Brilliant.
Who taught her, and she worked in the family restaurant making pizzas and God knows what for 15 years, so she is inside out a tip-top pastry cook. So she made some fabulous Italian desserts. So we put this all together and we wrote a proper menu and we put the drinks next to it, and we were then going to be scored on this is real competitive stuff. So we tried to do our best to make it a little bit different. We'd only met each other around big tables talking about books before. So Chris said, what we need is an icebreaker competition. We said, okay. He went around the market and here and there, and he brought in a selection of different foods, and the guests were then paired up into teams and blindfolded. And we had to guess what it was that he'd chosen. And then we were scored again. It's all this competitive thing going on. And he chose some amazing things. He chose artichoke out of a tin, 2 different kinds of relish, a cheese that was green. I mean, green, not just blue cheese with veins in it, but actually green. All sorts of things. And he finished it off with the most disgusting drink I've ever tasted in my whole life. Which was a kind of whiskey. I don't think I should say the brand name just in case, but it tastes more like creosote and old rope than it
Nice. Okay. Well, it's great. I mean, I think it's a fantastic idea, and
it's very good fun.
You hear about people having a bit of fun with Come Dine With Me, and which obviously has been a hugely successful television series, but not necessarily taking it to the level that you guys are taking it. And I think it's brilliant because you've got a load of foodies there that enjoy that kind of interaction, as well as the actual the menus that are being put on board. And I just love the fact that it's got so competitive as well. So what happens next then? So round 1's done.
Round 1's done. But there were competitions all throughout the evening as well.
Oh, okay.
They were called Country Pursuits since it was a country affair. So there were so it went on through the evening. And at the end of the dinner, the guests then scored the hostess, the first course, the second course, and the dessert. And those results are put into an envelope. So at the end of the sequence of all the dinners, they're going to be taken out, and we're going to have winners.
Brilliant. And the prize will be gold bullion, no doubt?
Oh, no doubt, no, yes. Well, I think that has yet to be decided, and since Chris has run with the idea, I think he's going to be nominated to find some wonderful place to take us all for dinner.
Great. Well, look, thanks for sharing that with us. I absolutely love it. And I'd love to hear from anybody else that's going to try and do the same. So do get in touch with us at the Food and Drink Show. It's brilliant. But sounds great. You'll have to update us on any particularly interesting dishes that you come across at any point, Vanessa, as well. But as ever, a pleasure to have you on the radio station. Thanks for coming in.
It's been a pleasure, and you must come.
I will do. I promise I will. Many thanks for the invite.
Good.